Okay, so I guess we're on. Saw a comment on a video that I responded to as well, the antinatalism consent argument. It was a reply to B Sto on No Joy in Life's channel. B Sto left a comment here, and I mean, I feel like I'm kind of picking on him, but honestly, he's the only one really coming up with any sort of arguments, I guess, against it. Not just saying you're a fucking loser and all that. Like, after dealing with Jordan Peterson, an angry vegan cyclist, and all that, like, it's kind of refreshing to see someone actually try to challenge the position. So, fuck it. I'll give. If he wants to put it out there, I'll give him what he wants. So, Bisto says on No Joy Life's channel, in the comment, he said, "You state at 2 minutes, everything is good if he is unborn. I already answered Superhuman Dance's name, the well-being. Obviously, there's no perfect well-being pre-birth since there looms the danger that you could come into existence against your consent. The only way you could call this pre-birth state good is if no one was ever forced to exist. If you think the pre-birth state is good, then you claim everyone exists by consent, and this directly leads to natalism. So you actually made a great job to refute antinatalism." Now that last sentence, last paragraph, I guess, makes no fucking sense to me. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Everyone exists by consent. You want to explain yourself a little bit better? Really, I don't understand how this is going. I hear nothing. Oh, crickets. Oh yeah, okay, well, since the pre-birth state is good and you were brought into a bad situation, oh, you must have agreed to it somehow. Because two people fucking did that to you. They were just like, hey, we're gonna rip you out of non-existence. You want that? Like, I don't recall my parents ever asking me this. And no, that does not refute antinatalism at all because it doesn't make any sense. But I'm not really going to respond necessarily to his comment. I'm going to respond to the video he's talking about, which is Antinatalism Wellness Project, aka hashtag Name the Wellbeing, a video answer to Superhuman Dance. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hello everyone, this is
Hi.
Antinatalism Wellness Project, or How to Name the Well-Being. This is a video answer to Superhuman Dance, referring to his video hashtag Name the Well-Being from 2018, and he makes the following proposition. Premise 1. Name the purely well-being. That's a funny way to start. A premise. Name the purely well-being. There is no purely well-being, as beings that already exist can only seek to avoid pain via less bad being. Well,
Yeah, you kind of stop there because that's true right there. That is true.
it sounds okay so far, but can I reformulate his proposition, his premise? I would suggest the following. We cannot name a purely well-being which is not endangered by death or birth or any other suffering.
You can not endanger somebody by not giving birth to them. It's pretty easy. So yeah. What? Okay, here. Once you're here, your well-being is under constant threat, and in fact, yeah, our well-being is all that matters. The people who are here living, okay, and I guess you have a point that yeah, human existence is endangered, or the preborn state is endangered by birth, which is somewhat true. Um, but I'll let you go on because I got a point to make with that.
And I think this premise is true, but you may prove me wrong. But we know the human existence is endangered by death. There is no doubt, and death is certain for us all.
Exactly. Um, we are in danger the second we come here. Danger as far as being a human being is concerned, really. So yeah, I got no arguments there. I'm glad you see it too.
The preborn state is endangered by birth, and an endangered state is not a state of purely well-being. Can we agree on this? Okay?
Not really, no. I can't necessarily agree on that because you got to think of it this way, like the potential for you to exist, like who I am now, like I could have been someone completely different, in some other way or whatever. It wouldn't be me necessarily, sun dimmer talking right now. Be like I don't know, something else, somebody else. But the fact that if you have like the gametes, the sexual reproductive cells, like those die constantly. That's a potential human being that dies every single time or is not endangered, if you want to look at it that way. So there's only a small amount of us that get endangered. Like even out of the 7 billion people, you got to think about like all the people that could have been here but aren't. So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, I guess you'd have to like presuppose minds and stuff, which is what you accused us of doing. So kind of doesn't make a lot of sense to me because there's a lot of people that aren't here that could have been here. Like every time you jerk off, that's like a billion plus people that could have been here if they met a billion eggs. Or every time a chick has her period, there goes an egg. Something like that. A potential human just is gone now.
So, if we therefore make a statement, and any positive statement about the pure well-being must be postponed to after death.
I wouldn't say purely well being after death necessarily. If you're going to presuppose like a mind as in a preborn state, then maybe that would be the case in the after death state as well, if you're going to go down this route. But it's really not a purely well being state because your well being was already put in the greatest danger it could possibly been in, and now your well being is no longer considered because you're no longer here. So your death is you're endangered by death, but after death, yeah, you're not really worrying about your well-being because we don't know what the fuck happens. I'm assuming nothing, so there you go. The well-being has been destroyed. Okay, there's no well-being left to protect.
This would be my conclusion, but let's have a look at Superhuman Dance's premise too. The only way The only way for a pure well-being is for that being not to have come into existence in the first place. We are not being born. Now, let me retranslate it. The only way for a pure well-being is for that being to not be in an endangered state. Such. Okay, you real.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said before, everybody's made up of the union of like the sexual cells and everything coming together. When those cells die, that potential human being is no longer endangered. I mean, it gets us some murky waters here, obviously, but yeah, if you continue that forever and everybody does that, then there's nobody to endanger. What's being endangered here is the fact that people continue to rip people out of that preborn state into, well, okay, I say it like that, but I guess you guys know what I mean, but continue to rip people out of nothing, basically, and put them here. I could have been born a girl or something like that, whatever, but if I wasn't here, you wouldn't miss me. And I wouldn't have to worry, you wouldn't be worrying about my well-being, necessarily.
Nice. What is wrong with this second premise? The second premise assumes that the state of the unborn is already a purely well-being.
Well, they're not seeking to avoid pain, and they're not chasing pleasure. They're not in lack of anything that we know of. Because we're kind of in lack of something all the time, so our well-being is constantly under threat. Theirs isn't. Or the potential people that could have been here, their state of well-being is being under attack, really. So yeah, if you keep waking me up, my state of well-being is going to continuously be endangered.
But it isn't. It is a state where you are endangered by birth. So,
And if people stop having kids, then there wouldn't be a problem. I mean, you're kind of proving his point here.
premise 2 is wrong.
I don't know where, but okay, continue.
His conclusion, all beings should go extinct via some letters. I don't know what these letters mean.
I don't either.
No.
I have no idea what the hell these acronyms mean. AFAHEV and AFABEV. If somebody knows, let me know. I don't even know where he got this from. This Word document or this Notepad document, whatever. I have no idea what he's referring to there. I don't know if it's even in the link, but I don't think it matters because he's saying all beings should go extinct. Now, if everybody went extinct, if all beings should go extinct, there's nobody to be endangered by birth. So therefore, the preborn state, there would be no preborn state because there'd be nothing to endanger necessarily. So yeah, I mean, you kind of proved his point.
Beings don't go extinct, they die. But
Well, okay, this is like semantics. Whatever, go on.
biological beings die. Species go extinct. So
Which is made up of individuals who die. If all those individuals die, we go extinct. I mean, it's just playing word games right now, really.
well, we can have an argument. Yes, it's possible when I die, then most of my genes will go extinct.
Well, I think all of them will, unless you've already reproduced. But even then, they'll get diluted even further, to the point where it's like you basically contributed nothing, anyways. The whole genes argument is just weak to me, anyways.
Or some of my genes will go extinct. So we have a badly formulated first premise, a false second premise, and the conclusion is nonsense.
I don't know how that's nonsense, even based on what you redid. If we all went extinct, no one would be endangered by death anymore. That would be over. And the preborn state would not be endangered by birth because there would be nobody here to birth them. So how is that bullshit, really, at the end of the day?
That's my answer to it. So, how to name the well-being? Postpone it to after death.
I would kind of agree with this, actually. Any positive statement about the purely well-being must be postponed to after death. I would say to after extinction, if you want to go that way. Because there's always a potential that somebody could bring someone else here. And that can just start the chain all over again. I would say any positive statement about the purely well-being must be postponed to after extinction of all beings that live. Just to rewrite it for you. You're kind of right in a way. Like, yeah, you're kind of endangered. I guess you're sort of endangered. The potential you is sort of endangered. But if you don't put, I don't know, it's so hard to say. Like, this is so weird to say, but yeah, I mean, you could take precautions for the first one, or the second one, the preborn stays endangered by birth. You can use contraceptives, do all that stuff. So you don't have to endanger somebody by bringing them here. And once you're here, you're already fucked anyways. And I guess your well-being is your well-being is destroyed. Your need for well-being is destroyed after your death. The worst has already happened to it. So yeah, as far as we're concerned. But yeah, I would somewhat agree with your last statement. Any positive statement about the purely well-being must be postponed till after death. And I would just change that last word to extinction. Of all beings, really. I guess 3 words. Extinction of all beings. So, there you go. I mean, you really just kind of proved it for him. I don't know how this is refuting anything. You pretty much proved his points for him. So there you go. All right. And yeah, I mean, if you got a rebuttal to this, I'm sure you'll let me know. But anywho, thank you for listening and have a good one.